morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll begin with opening meditation. If you could all please join me in Gassho. Through the benefit of the unhindered light, we realize Shinjin of vast majestic virtues, and the ice of our blind passions necessarily melts, immediately becoming water of enlightenment. Obstructions of karmic evil turn into virtues. It is like the relation of ice and water. The more the ice, the more the water. The more the obstructions, the more the virtues. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs. Okay, we'll continue with the three treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in a life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs. Now we'll have the chanting of Junirai. Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs, Naman Nobs. Keishu Tennin Shokugyo Amira Zen Yozoku Son Zai Mimyo Annako Muryo Bushi Shuinyo Konjiki Shinjo Nyosen no Shama Tagyo Nyozobu Nyomoku Jonyaku Shonen e Koga Chorai Mirason Menzen Enjo Nyomangat Iko Yunyo Sennichigat Shonyo Tenku Kushira Koga Chorai Mirason Kannon Shodai Kanjugyu Shuju Myosho Hoshogon Nobuku Kero Makyoman Koga Chorai Mirason Mubi Muku Koshojo Shutoku Kyoketsu Nyokoku Shosari Yakutoku Jizai Koga Chorai Mirason Jipo Myomon Bosashu Muryo Shoma Ryosandan 所修上願力人古賀将来皆尊根体保険地所系前言少女明大座大い座上女仙の古賀将来皆尊実法将来勝負し権限人図しあな戦後尊厳上苦行古賀将来皆尊小無常無我と薬女水月伝女の一種説法無明寺古賀将来皆尊非尊不説無悪名薬無女人悪の不主任死心教非尊古賀将来皆尊非尊無料勉強無所主悪知識往生不死亡来古賀将来皆尊画説非尊苦毒寺修善無縁如海水小逆前言小乗者平成宗上小非根ナマンダメナマンダメナマンダメナマンダメナマンダメナマンダメ願にしくどく病の聖祭道も大心往生Namandos, namandos, 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 namandos. Now we'll have the recitation of the golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namu Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, we'll have our first Gatha, which if you notice the post on the Facebook for the Buddhist Church of Sacramento, I sent out a link a little bit earlier so you could look it up. I mean, I'm sure it's easy enough to find the lyrics for this song if you don't already know them, which I'm sure many of you do. So we'll go ahead and sing this song. Oh, if anyone was watching last week, it didn't go great. So hopefully this one goes a little bit better. I practiced, but I also think that it might go better because this is just a much simpler song to play. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Why, when he was a young warthog, when I was a young warthog. Very nice. Thanks. He found his aroma lacked a certain appeal. He could clear the savannah after every meal. I'm a sensitive soul, though I seem thick-skinned. And it hurt that my friends never stood downwind. And oh, the shame, and it was a shame. Thought of changing my name, oh, what's in a name? And I got downhearted. How did you feel every time that I, Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. Oh, sorry. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. All right, now we'll have the Dharma talk. So, of course, during this social isolation, there's not a whole lot that we can do going out, and more often than not, I will try to use my experience in life to draw on to come up with Dharma talks. I feel like in that way, it's a little more able to relate. It's a little more relatable, and maybe I'll talk about that on Wednesday a little bit deeper about like the process of giving a Dharma talk. But anyway, watching, of course, lots of movies, getting influence from that because that's what's going on in my life. And within The Lion King, which is a movie that I recommend. I actually haven't seen the new one, but I'll have to do that because I do like some of the people in the cast there. Anyway, the story of The Lion King, if you are unfamiliar with, is this story about a lion that has to go through this kind of coming of age story. And there's a lot of fun side characters, which make the movie very entertaining and also very meaningful because it's through these characters that we get to see the growth of the main character of Simba. And two of these characters, which are a lot of fun, but then also very important, are Timon and Pumbaa, a meerkat and a warthog, the ones who end up singing this song. Now, of course, the movie is not about them, although I guess they do have another movie, which also I haven't seen. I'll have to watch that one also. Anyway, they are not super focused on, but I think it is a very important part of the movie, and it's a great illustration of some kind of practice that we have in Buddhism. So within this song, Hakuna Matata, we learn a little bit about the history of Pumbaa. And Pumbaa went through this very difficult time where he has, I guess you could say, like a physical ailment or something, but it becomes a source of ridicule for the other animals, and they make fun of him. They don't want to be around him, and he becomes very ashamed. But then he comes across this idea or this phrase of Hakuna Matata. So him and Timon have this as their way of life where they don't really let things get to them. And I thought that was a wonderful lesson and very important for all of us to learn. Something along the lines of we can't let the criticism of others really, or excuse me, the others criticizing us really get to us. It can be very disheartening, very bad, and it can bring us to a very terrible place oftentimes, which is very sad. But if we can learn to let that kind of roll off our back, if we can try to get through it, if we can let it not really get to us, then it helps to make our life a little bit easier. However, I think that this is the beginning maybe of two parts. So while it is very important for us to not let this terrible criticism of how we look or maybe how we are get to us, at the same time we still have to understand that we live in a society and that we have to take into account the feelings and understandings of other people. So in the movie, Simba is driven away, and in the middle of the desert, is in this very terrible place, so unable, just like physically unable to move on. And Timon and Pumbaa see him and they nurse him back to health. This is something which is very scary at first to both of them, because normally a lion would see a meerkat and Pumbaa as like a meal. a meerkat and a warthog as a meal. They would try to eat them. And so, of course, Timon and Pumbaa would be very afraid of a lion normally. However, seeing the vulnerability of this lion, seeing how unhappy and unhealthy he was, they decided to help Simba out. And I believe that this show of compassion is a result of the terrible things that happened to both of them, because from their own experiences, they recognize how it feels to be isolated, to have people turn their backs on you, or to even be mean to you. And because of their experiences, it allows them to be much more compassionate, even in the face of this real, true danger that they could be in. And this is, I think, one of the important parts of Buddhism. We always talk about compassion, and that we should be compassionate, right? In the Golden Chain, we have to be nice, to be kind and gentle to living things. But the motivation, I think, comes from our own experience. Jodo Shinshu, within Jodo Shinshu, we don't have a specific practice, and I think that the practice that we do have is how we live our life, the experiences that we have, and how we internalize them and learn from those lessons. And so even terrible things like people being mean to us or us being happy still has a lesson for us to take from. And if we understand the feeling of how it feels to be criticized, how it feels to be ostracized, then it helps us to recognize that we shouldn't do that to other people. We have to recognize that they're just like us, that they have the same feelings, they might even have the same experiences. But when we know how it feels to be the object of someone's anger, if we feel to be the object of someone's hate, we, of course, should actively try to avoid putting other people in that position. So this is a transformation within the heart of people who really understand and try to live the Nembutsu life is that they recognize through their own experiences, their own difficulties, the way that other people have treated them, that they have to learn. And then instead of repeating or continuing that cycle of unhappiness, of anger, of hate, we try to change it and put out compassion so that by breaking that cycle, we're able to perpetuate this wonderful feeling, how it feels to be accepted, to be held up, to be supported. I think it can be very difficult. Of course, we have to focus on ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves. But if we can really recognize the feelings that we have, understand our reactions, then it helps us to become more compassionate people. So I hope everyone can try to understand their own feelings, their own experiences, and transform it into something that will allow us to help other people. I think this is another way of saying that would be Namo Amida Butsu, or in the terms of the Lion King, Hakuna Matata. If you please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Okay, our closing gatha will be farewell. I did this before on the ukulele with my own arrangement. I'll try doing it again. Hopefully it works out okay again. Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather around the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. Buddha's love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith and Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namo Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namo Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namo Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namo Amida Butsu, till we meet again. Okay, for closing meditation, if you could all please join me in Gasho. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are like this. They know all the sicknesses of foolish beings, which fall into three types: greed, anger, and folly. In the case of the sickness of greed, they make the person observe a skeleton. In the case of the sickness of anger, they make the person observe the features of compassion. In the case of the sickness of folly, they make the person observe the features of 12-fold causation. Because of this, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are called true teachers. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to this morning's service. Again, on Wednesdays, I put out kind of a short message, like in the late afternoon, early evening. I don't know, it's like usually 7 or 8 minutes long, just something quick. I'm trying to put together something for like a lecture series, but it's not ready yet, but keep an eye out for that. And then on Saturdays, I have a weekly memorial service. So if you have the name of a loved one that passed away recently, or if you have an anniversary coming up, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or just if you just want to remember your loved one, please fill out the Google sheet. I'll make another post on Facebook, and then it's also on the website. But you can send in the name of your loved one, and I'll read it during the service. So it's kind of like Shotsuki, where it's just the chanting and then reading of the names, a short message, and then the reading of the letter on white ashes. So that's what's coming up this week. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your week and stay healthy and stay safe. Bye.